Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 7. And for this video, I'll be going over part 2 of the set photos from The Flash Season 7, Episode 3 that were obviously taken by Canada Graphs. Now, just a quick thing to go over just in case for those who didn't know. This episode, The Flash Season 7, Episode 3, is not what we would have originally seen during The Flash Season 6, Episode 22. So, for those who are confused about what I mean by this, due to the pandemic, they weren't able to finish the last 3 episodes of The Flash Season 6, that being Episode 20, 21, and 22. So they took those 3 episodes and they basically made it part of Season 7, but with some changes. However, throughout this whole situation and shutdown, we know that Eric Wallace, the showrunner for The Flash, has made some changes to what he's originally planned. So the episode we would have originally seen if Season 6 Episode 22 was released would be somewhat different from the one we will see this season for Episode 3. That same rule applies to the other episodes as well, so Episode 1 and 2. So it will be quite similar, but it will have some changes to it as well. But before I go over anything, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. And just in case for those who want to check out my part 1 of the set photos that I went over, I will link that video in the description down below just in case you guys want to check it out. And obviously before I go over these set photos, I will do some crediting. Now, credit to Canada Graphs for these set photos, because if it weren't for him, we obviously wouldn't have had them. And also for this video, I will be using 6 of the set photos, not all of them. So if you guys want to check out some extra set photos that I wouldn't have added in this video, trust me, there's a lot that I didn't add in this video. And if you guys want to check out like what he said in more detail in regards to what he saw on set, be sure to visit his blog page. I will link it in the description down below so you guys can check it out. I'll link his YouTube channel in the description down below as well for those who want to check that out, and his other videos as well. He does tend to do some really cool live streams, and it's cool to stick around over there and chat with him. So be sure to check out his YouTube channel as well. Okay, so I will go over these set photos and I'll read some segments of the blog page as well. So obviously we get more of an in-detail description on what's going on while they're filming those certain scenes. So the blog kicks off. The early part of the night was committed to continuing on from the other night scene, which seemed to mostly consist of a battle between Grant Gustin as the Flash and Efrat Dorr as Eva McCulloch, aka Mirror Master or Mirror Mistress. As I started in the other blog, Candice Patton joined the scene on the second night to do a scene where she can be seen holding hands with Eva and even consoling her. As I also said in that post, you can barely see the Flash reaching out towards Eva. But what was his plan? Well, his plan was to join her, to hold hands with her. The trio stood on the steps together, looking out at something. What were they looking at? What had these former foes seemingly teaming up? It appears a plethora of Mirror Mistress clones, as there was somewhere in a range to 6 to 8 actresses running around like Eva, shooting their arm cannons at a variety of background who were running around in a panic. In the background, a car was burning while this all went on. So obviously during part 1, Canada Graphs left off with a very interesting cliffhanger. Now in my part 1 video, if you guys have watched that, you guys would have known that I said something along the lines of Iris would be joining Eva just like a distraction or something, so Barry could eventually take her down. But as it turns out, from looking at what Canada Graphs has said over here, I was totally wrong, and it is that they actually end up joining forces. That includes Barry himself as well. And we see that they join forces because there are multiple other Mirror Mistresses across Central City, and they're causing a panic. So by the looks of it, this is why the Flash and Mirror Master join forces. But over here we get a clear vision on what's going on. So in this photo over here, we obviously have Iris and Barry about to confront Mirror Master by the looks of it. Or it could be that they're going after the multiple Mirror Master clones, and maybe Eva summons Iris and Barry to help take them down. Or it could obviously be vice versa. It could be Barry and Iris getting help from Eva as well. But the next photo over here is of the Flash, Iris, and Mirror Master joining forces together to most likely take down these Mirror Master clones. Because it could be that these clones suddenly turned against Eva and they're now doing their own thing, and obviously Eva can't handle all of them by herself, and this would lead her to ask help from the Flash. So if she asks help from a speedster, in this case, would that mean that by this point Barry has his speed back? I'm not too sure about that, but I would heavily think that Barry has his speed back at this point in the episode. But we do also get a look of these Mirror Master clones in this shot as well. And obviously, as we can see, they're reaching out with their hand cannons and they're about to cause havoc in Central City. But the blog continues to go on like, does the new trio team win this battle? It seems so. While we never see them fight them in any way other than hold hands and stare towards them, eventually they act like they won and it's over. There was also a scene shot that I did not have photos of, but I do have a video clip that I will post in the week or so, where you see a couple of these Mirror Mistress clones with their arm cannons pointed out at the Flash, who is kneeling on the ground between the pair. Eventually they leave as Eva takes over. That scene seems to be immediately before Iris comes over to Eva, but I cannot 100% confirm the airing order of those scenes. Okay, so by the looks of it over here, it looks like these Mirror Master clones and Eva were working together at first to pursue whatever they have planned, as they have the Flash on the ground with their arm cannon pointed at them. However, later on, it looks like these clones turned against Eva, because why would it be that these enemies, basically the Flash and Mirror Master, just suddenly join forces if it weren't for something very serious? So maybe it could be that, as I said before, Eva and these clones were working together to pursue whatever they have planned, but then the Mirror Master clones are like, okay, you know what, we're gonna do our own thing, and then they suddenly betray Eva, which is why this leads to Eva and the Flash teaming up to take them down. That is what I think will happen, but I have no idea. Now, when Canada Graph says that they just stood there and held hands and it looked like they won the fight, I'm interested to see what's that like what's happening over there, because I really have no idea what's going on. Like, how can they just suddenly like hold hands and stare towards them and suddenly win? Unless it's for like some sort of a close-up shot or something that they're trying to get. But other than that, I'm not too sure. Now, this next segment is incredibly interesting, and it goes like, the late night scene that happened after their midnight lunch break saw the same trio there, now joined by two additional characters, Carlos Valdez as Cisco Ramon, or is he, Vibe, and Danielle Panabaker in her first public shoot since becoming a new mom in real life, as Killer Frost joined the trio on the staircase. Cisco pulls off his Vibe looking glasses as the group looks out towards the scene unfolding in front of them. The way they were lined up looks like any photo from a promo shot of a cast I have ever seen. Is Eva joining Team Flash as a series regular, or is this her farewell redemption arc like Marlize DeVoe a couple of seasons ago? Okay, so by the looks of it over here, this whole scene that's been taking place is definitely a new addition to what we originally would have saw in the Flash season 6 episode 22, because one thing we had during episode 19 was obviously Caitlin leaving temporarily, and that was because of the actress Danielle Panabaker being pregnant, so she had to go for maternity leave. But obviously now that the Flash is filming a lot later than before, she is back. So by the looks of it, her story, which was originally planned, is completely changed, so they will have a different story planned for Caitlin, and I'm very interested to see what that story is. We do see her in this shot over here suited up as Frost, and it's just great seeing her suited up again. Now, one incredibly interesting thing over here is actually Cisco. Cisco in these shots is wearing some sort of armor and has some like new gauntlets with him, but most interesting of all, as you can see in this shot over here, he's wearing his Vibe goggles. So could this potentially be some sort of new Vibe suit where Vibe has returned and this device he's carrying with him gives him some sort of Vibe abilities, so he could technically replicate his pre-crisis metahuman powers into this device and he could do some like Vibe abilities with this device? Or is it that this device is pretty much something where Cisco designed to help defeat those Mirror Master clones? I'm very interested to see what this is, because it looks like Cisco seems to be wearing some sort of suit, and the fact that he has his Vibe goggles on in this shot over here as well, it could just somewhat prove that Vibe has returned at this point, but in a different way. But we do get another shot of Cisco and Frost together over here, and this is the first look we get of the two characters standing next to each other during season 7, so it's great to see them on screen again as well. Now, most interesting of all, and something I need to touch upon, is this shot over here. Now, in this shot we have Team Flash, that consisting of obviously Cisco Ramon aka Vibe, Caitlin aka Killer Frost, Barry Allen aka The Flash, and Iris West Allen. However, in this Team Flash lineup, we have a very interesting character standing beside them, that obviously being Eva McCulloch aka Mirror Master. Now this actually is another change that Eric Wallace did, because originally she was supposed to be wrapped up in the original season 6 finale, and that was supposed to be it. We wouldn't see her again until a long time. And then during an interview Eric Wallace did like a couple of weeks ago, he said that one character that he made changes to is Mirror Master. Now, this interview that I talked about before, it could have been a couple of months ago as well. I can't really remember for sure, but I do remember this somewhere. So by the looks of it over here, Mirror Master has now officially joined Team Flash, and this is really interesting, because as Canada Graph said, does this mean she is now a series regular for season 7, or will she be some sort of like Marty's DeVoe redemption arc character, or will she be a recurring Team Flash character that we see every once in a while? Who knows? Now, the fact that Ralph Dibny is now gone kind of opens doors for like a new space to come in, so maybe that new space to join Team Flash could potentially be Mirror Master. Now, that could be a possibility as well, because we already know Efrat Dor is in Vancouver, so if she's already in Vancouver, why don't they just have her for like a couple of more episodes, since she's already there, rather than having to fly other actors to come into Vancouver and do some stuff over there. So having Eva over here does kind of make sense as well. So my best guess is that she would be a regular for a while during the Flash season 7. Maybe it could only be for the first half, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, whatever these set photos are and like what's going on over there, it is very interesting, and I cannot wait to see how this all plays out in live action, like when we like properly see it on our screens. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think about these set photos, and what you guys think will happen with the character of Eva McCulloch. Will she be joining Team Flash or will she not? But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.